Hey everyone, welcome back to Big Boy. So here we go, looking at a game that I stumbled upon online, and long story short, got a little enamored with the designer's commentary and enthusiasm for Dark Ages or medieval period, well, really Dark Ages period combat, tactical combat. Read lots and lots of books, got very passionate about all of the Saxon versus Norman versus you name it, plus the Arthurian era and things like that. Basically, anything post Roman Britain, there are some nice battles here. So the one you're looking at on the screen there is Aylesford from 455. That's the first scenario in the game, and it's the Jutes versus the British. Um, there's a nice little background here. The production quality of everything, I'll say, is excellent to superb. Keeping in mind, it's been a long time since I've had laser cut counters, but they're laser cut, so they do get the ashy dust on them. So you're going to have to wipe all the counters off, otherwise you're going to end up with smearing on the from the sides of the counters, right? Other than that, it's great. Obviously, you can see the lines here where they're using that ink that doesn't really get absorbed into the paper as well. So it does leave a crease. It's okay. I'm finally getting over it because so many companies seem to be doing it that way now. Anyway, simple little battle. The Jutes, the Saxons, cross the ford, get after it. They're fighting the Britons and stuff's going on. And it's a very, very straightforward game, right? You're with a little nuance. So there's a movement phase, there's a mounted javelin attack phase, there's a reaction phase for the non-facing player, then there's the field combat phase, then there's the heroic combat phase, which is one of the things that I'm interested in having a look at and seeing how that works. We haven't gotten to that yet, just yet anyway. And then there's a rally phase. And so units fight pretty straightforward manner. There's a combat results table for javelins. For cavalry, they run up and throw their little javelins, and there's a little table here for that. And rolling low is bad, rolling high is good, and they actually took a loss when they rode up and tried to disrupt these guys here. So then these two guys combined in the combat phase to attack this unit. Now, attacking is optional, so you can move into each other's zones of control, and unless you're locked in combat like these guys now are, you can optionally not fight. It's kind of like you're standing near each other, banging shields and jeering, sort of taunting one side to attack the other. You may think that this has got a little flank attack going on here, but 1, 2, 3 hexes represents the front of these units, and this is in its open formation, and in this mode it's in its closed formation. Units attack or seem to get better combat ratings, although this guy doesn't, because he's looks like he's 5 in both cases, but I thought I saw that he was not going to be, yeah, he should be 4. Okay, maybe that's defense. I don't even know what the numbers on the counters are. Yeah, that's attack and defense. Sorry, guys. So when you flip these over, we'll have different numbers on this side. So see, there's a 4 and a 6 for defense. So you got to choose which mode you want to be in. You can do that at the beginning of your movement. You can flip for free, but then you're stuck in that mode. So I flipped this guy to open formation for combat to see how that would work, and then I used these two guys in closed formation to see how that would work. Not great choices here, but I did roll well pretty much right across the board. So anyway, these guys had the combined attack here. I believe we can do that. And so that's going to give them, that gave them a 2-to-1 attack. And we put a shake and then a disrupt onto the unit. And the next loss is going to cause issues. There's going to be a morale roll. And then we're going to, if they rout, there'll be panic points accumulated. And each team has a panic level or break level that is denoted per scenario. And that's pretty much it. Now, interesting thing here is with this locked, that's in the field combat table here. You can see these blue boxes, blue results. When you get a blue result, that means you're going to be locked into locked into combat. And so I think now this actually might not be correct here because these are considered barbarian units, and so I think both sides have to be in formed up mode. So maybe this won't be locked, and if they are locked in though, you know, both sides, you'll have to execute combat. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm doing a very poor job of explaining here. All right, movement's really straightforward. You've got either 6 or 4 movement points here, depending on whether you're horses or infantry. These guys have 4 as well. That's cavalry. 3 movement points here. So these are a little bit slower than the Saxon barbarian chappies, so the Jutes. So they're able to hustle around the board a little faster. Pretty simple artwork. I like it. It's quite thematic to me. It feels pretty good. So that's it so far. We haven't had any drastic results. I only moved this section of the units for the 3rd turn just to see what was going to go on before we got into an extended combat here and sort of blew up the scenario. So now that we are a little more comfortable, there's no time limit other than the fact that it's the first dude that breaks, hits their panic or break number, and then we'll kind of go for it from there. So I thought I'd just check in and give you a look and feel for this particular game. Lots and lots of counters in the module. They're in their tiny little counter sheets like this. Pop them there. As you can see, you know, you've got lots and lots of little formations here, and that's the grime you're going to get off. So it's not bad. Some are worse than others, and I've already wiped these off. But then you've got to wipe the counters themselves off as well. Nevertheless, there you have it. So the battles of Prydain or Prydain, depending on where you're from. All the best.